Proseso ng Philippine Embassy sa Turkey ang repatriation ng isa sa dalawang bangkay na mga Pilipino na namatay sa 7.8 magnitude na lindol. Base pa sa statement ng Embahada, hiniling daw ng anak at sa consent ng kanyang asawa ay inaayos na ang agarang repatriation ng bangkay ni Wilma Abulad Tezcan na isang overseas Filipino worker na namatay sa naturang bansa. Sinabi naman ng Embahada, bukas daw sila sa impormasyon sa lahat ng Filipino expatriates sa Turkey. Ang mga gustong ma-repatriate, pwede raw sila makipag-ugnayan sa Embahada ng Pilipinas sa Turkey. Una rito, iniulat ng Embahada ng tagpuang buhay ang Pinoy na napaulat na nawawala. Mayroon na ring mga inilikas na mahigit 10 Filipino families mula ang Takya sa Haray Province na isa yan sa mga matinding tinamaan ng malakas na lindol. Dinala ito sa Ankara para doon pansamantalang manirahan. Tiniyak naman ng Embahada na walang sawa silang maghahatid ng tulong sa mga Pilipino sa naturang bansa.
Sa iba pang mga balita, tiwala po si Pangulong Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr. na agad mararamdaman ng mga mamamayang Pilipino ang resulta ng kanyang official working visit doon sa Japan. Inihayag nito na hindi pa man natatapos ang kanyang 5-day official working visit. Masasabi nitong naging produktibo raw itong kanyang misyon at patunay dito ang 35 mga commercial agreement na nagdaan na may kinalaman po yan sa digitalization, automotive development, energy, education, tourism at iba pa. Anya naging mabunga rin ang naturang biyahe partikular sa aspeto ng relasyon ng Pilipinas at ng Japan hinggil pa rin sa pinatibay na diplomatic relations ng dalawang bansa. Nagsimula pa raw yan noong 1956. Itinuturing din ng Pangulong Marcos na isa sa mga highlights ng kanyang naging pagbisita sa Tokyo. Itong naging pagkikita nila kasama si First Lady Liza Araneta Marcos, kina Majesties Emperor Naruhito at Empress Masako. Dito sinabi ng Pangulong Marcos na na-establish ang koneksyon ng Pilipinas at ng Japan. Sa biyaheng ito, nailatag din na anya ang blueprint ng mas pinagtibay na relasyon ng dalawang bansa na magkasamang bumabangon mula sa pandemic. Dulot na rin po yan ng pandemic ng COVID-19. Pakinggan natin ang tinig ni Pangulong Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos.
It has been a very productive visit, and also one of the highlights, of course, was my and the First Lady's audience with the Majesties, the Emperor and Empress. And it was a very great honor for us to be able to meet with him and to, again, re-establish that connection between the Philippines and Japan. It's a particularly important visit because it is really setting down the blueprint for our relations as we slowly emerge from the pandemic economy. And I think that we will be able to feel the effects of these discussions and these agreements very, very soon, very rapidly back home in the Philippines.
Sa pagpasok ng taong 2023, naitala ang makasaysayang pagtaas ng ekonomiya ng Pilipinas na pumalo sa 7.6% para sa buong taon ng 2022. Ito ang pinakamataas na nakamit sa loob ng 46 na taon. Patunay ito sa masigasig na pagtatrabaho ng Administrasyong Marcos upang maibsan ang patuloy na pagtaas ng presyo ng mga bilihin sa pandaigdigang merkado na siya ring magsisilbing pangontra sa naitalang 8.7% inflation rate ng bansa nitong buwan ng Enero.
That's what I lose sleep every night over, is how to bring down inflation. So I'm determined to make sure that the inflation starts to come down in the first quarter and mag-normalize na pagkatapos.
Mula sa pagpapaigting na ugnayan at kooperasyon sa mga kaanib na bansa, sa paghimok ng mga dayuhan para mamuhunan sa Pilipinas, hanggang sa makalikom ng mga kabi-kabilang investment pledges sa larangan ng enerhiya, agrikultura, negosyo, infrastruktura at trabaho. Walang tigil ang pag-arangkada ng mga inisyatiba ng pamahalaan para sabay-sabay na makamtan ang pangarap para sa isang bagong Pilipinas. Hindi na iiba sa pandaigdigang ekonomiya ang nararanasang pagtaas ng mga presyo ng mga bilihin o ang paglobo ng inflation rate sa bansa. Ayon sa pag-aaral ng International Monetary Fund o IMF, ang buong mundo ay dumanas ng 8.8% inflation rate sa taong 2022. Higit na mataas sa 5.8% inflation sa Pilipinas sa parehong taon. Kabilang sa mga pangunahing dahilan sa pagtaas ng mga bilihin, ang muling pagdami ng COVID-19 cases sa China at ang pagpapatuloy ng tensyon sa pagitan ng Ukraine at Russia.
We have seen inflation accelerating globally in recent months. We have deployed a number of non-monetary issues to address high inflation, focused on a temporary relaxation of imports concerning various meats and grains. The government has intensified its measures to help improve local food production and help the agricultural sector to strengthen and quickly recover from the deterioration of the agricultural value chain.
It's global inflation. It's not limited to certain countries only because everyone is feeling the pinch. Here in Belgium, of course, it's a reality that there's inflation. As of last month, the inflation rate here is around 10 to 11%. It's really a reality for everyone, especially here in Belgium and in Europe, because I think the main reason for the inflation is the conflict in Ukraine. That affected a lot of things. Mostly, for here in Europe, mostly it's energy related.
Ramdam din ng ating mga kababayan sa ibang bansa, tulad ng Belgium, ang masakit sa bulsang pagtaas ng presyo ng mga bilihin at ang epekto nito sa kanilang pang-araw-araw na pamumuhay.
I think the two most important businesses was like, especially for the creative part, for artists, for musicians. So that was very difficult, a very difficult period for those people, and also for the food industry, since we couldn't be open every day. So it was a lot of bankruptcies, 50%, I think, in Brussels went bankrupt. And it's still ongoing, so it's a very, very difficult period. I think for me, for the business, we survived because we're quite creative. We do a lot of national, international caterings.
Regarding personal, of course, I am really affected. One in the Philippines. I have investment in the Philippines that I have to really give it up because I cannot cope up anymore. Bahay Kubo is the only one who is really, really affected dahil nga sa, tumaas ang bilihin, and then ang presyo ng mga menu namin hindi na kaya ng mga kliyente, and they prefer to cook at home dahil of course sila rin hindi na nila ma-afford yung mga menu namin. Of course, we cannot also keep our prices because we spend a lot. We buy our ingredients very high, so we have to put our menu high also.
Maging ang bansang Japan, na kinikilala bilang isa sa pinakamaunlad na ekonomiya sa rehiyong Asya, ay nakakaranas din ng malalang epekto ng pandaigdigang pagtaas ng mga presyo ng bilihin. Nitong December 2022, umabot.
I think inflation is everywhere, and the first thing I noticed was McDonald's here increased their price. So that's when I realized, inflation is everywhere. And I think everyone knows about it, that we have inflation kahit saan tayo pumunta. And I think we're just gonna adapt through it, and because it's inevitable that it's gonna happen. In the first issue of inflation, I think the really logical thing to do right now is to tighten our pockets, because it's not gonna last forever, I think. But right now we have to tighten our pockets in OFWs in Japan, also our families living in the Philippines.
We are also really feeling the inflation here in Japan a lot. And more now than ever, my family really has to set our saving goals. meaning we can't just go out shopping in a whim or take a vacation in a whim. Instead, we try to discuss together as a family. It wasn't like before that, okay, let's go out shopping. Now we sit down. What do we need? Do we need to go on this vacation? Do we need this new appliance? Do you need to go on this sports club or something?
Bagamat mataas ang naging inflation rate ng buong mundo sa taong 2022, iniulat naman ng IMF sa kanilang economic forecast ang unti-unting pagbaba nito ngayong taon sa 6.6% at 4.3% naman sa taong 2024.
As I said, the importation of many of the agri-products, which have been a large part of the inflation rate, as we have already taken some measures so that the supply will be greater, and so that will bring the prices down. But that will take a little time, and as my continuing estimate or forecast is that we can see the lowering of the inflation rates by the second quarter of this year. As of now, with fuel prices going down and the prices of agri-products with the importation slowly also going down, I think that we will see the effects on the inflation rate further down the road. And I sincerely believe that this is going to be as high as it's going to be.
Ang pagtungo ni Pangulong Marcos sa bansang Japan ay hindi lamang para paigtingin ang kooperasyon sa isa sa pinakamahalagang development partners ng Pilipinas. Ito rin ang kanyang paraan upang ibida ang mga ginagawang hakbang ng administrasyon at makahimok ng mga bagong mamumuhunan sa Pilipinas. Sa pagpasok ng mga bagong negosyo, dala rin ito hindi lamang mga trabaho, kundi bagong pag-asa para sa magandang